Let's do it. Yes, yes, yo, you don't stop. Big John come rocking a short shot here at Call to the Pen HQ. Fastest show at MLB. Absolute totally anywhere. With the big man, with the big mouth from the Big Apple, Big Johnny Stud, coming to you worldwide from Brooklyn, New York. As always, we coming out the chair as always. 115 off the crack of the bat as always. Grab the spear, grab the shield. Baseball's version of 300, where we give to the book nothing and take from them everything. JIC, I love that. Watch this. We're going to be the next Stockton Malone around here. Insight, Rich Clark. Insight, BE. I appreciate you all. Grab your stuff. We got a valley to defend. The whole crew of Spartans that need our protection. Yeah, we may not be huge, but we are fierce. Thank you, everybody, getting over that 200 view mark, even through the playoffs, covering a single game. That stuff matters. That stuff matters. Rate, review, and subscribe, because that stuff matters. Begging sucks. So that's how you know it matters, baby. But this show is free, and if it's free, it's for me. Me and J-Bird, the two-man band. Can-Am Connection. Bringing it to you. All right, 2 games. I got to hurry up now. Jay, imagine there was a point where we were doing 15 games a day, and it's routine. Bang, 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 bang. 15 games every day. Bang, bang, bang. Now it's like 2, and I'm like, I gotta hurry up. Why? Death taxes, sunrise in the east, setting in the west, right? Bears making dookie in the woods. Me up before the crack of dawn to bring you this, man. The nuance and the context. I don't think you're really getting anywhere else. Plus, they're doing the betting application, risk management stuff. Come on, man. All that and some chips. All right, let's get it. 2 games today. Oh, my goodness. It's a full slate. Philadelphia Phillies. Broad Street Bullies, minus 130 favorites. On the road, Power Ranger Suarez. On the bump against those snakes with shapes on their back. Brandon Fott Boys. On the hill, plus 115 Torgman. Woof. We were on that Phillies plus 900 sweep. Looking pretty strong. Again, I like the Diamondbacks. The window for opportunity of them, competition window, wide open for years to come. We're seeing why they've fallen apart. They don't have the starting pitching without the bullpen. You can't do it with neither. Right? It's not some 95 Yankees, just 5 or 6 guys looking to cut the game in half. They just don't have it. Let's dive into it. Power Ranger Suarez on the year, 4.18 ERA, 1.42 WHIP, 7.45 OPS. Really just a lot of just the guide numbers. All the earned run indicators, around 4.4. That's expected ERA in Sierra at a match there, 22K to 9% walk. Single digit swinging strike, 27 CSW. Or really average stuff, 37 ball rate. Always getting you in trouble. Remember, ball percentage greater than signed walk rate. I'm not going to do it every day. Chase rate is average. Lots of zone contact. Something you want to keep an eye on, though. Arizona bats kind of went flat. The offense never really that great. The playoffs do tend to expose these teams. Lots of ground balls. Ranger Suarez is kind of calling card, right? 49 ground ball, suppressing hard contact, 7.5 barrel, 2% blast, sub 1 home run per 9. Really how he butters his bread. Splits are a little tough, though. Right, as a lefty, splits against righties are tough. 280 batting average, 775 OPS, double-digit walk rate. Keep that in mind. Also on the road, 280 BA allowed. I know people have been quoting at 275 road ERA. I'm not sure. Let's dive on in a little further. We did have a playoff game with 3 2/3. Gave up none, struck out 4, walked 2, went 5 1/3. So I'm sorry, he had 2 starts. My bad. 1 + 1 is 2. 1 + 1 is 2 + 2 is 4. I don't know what that is. So 5, gave up 1, struck out 2, didn't walk any. Again, I mentioned the splits against righties a little tough. 22 games started, 11 quality starts. Remember, when we do the playoff stuff in particular, though I always use it for fantasy anyway, money starts, something I developed, 7 innings minimum, 2 earned run maximum. I feel like it just makes a little more sense, right? I mean, we're at the point now, we kind of understand Crip Zombie, see you, man. Insight what's going on now. We just know the quality start is whack. 6 innings is okay. That, 3 innings of bullpen is not nothing. 4.5 ERA, right? 3 earned runs through 6 innings, 4.5 ERA, simple math. Just not great. So you go 7-2. He's had 3 of those. Again, 1 out of 7. 10 strikeouts one time for Suarez. So he's been good, but not great. Not really a needle mover. Featuring the sinker, which is a pretty decent pitch. But then he follows it up with the fastball and the cutter are both kind of struggling. Remember, we use usage, expected slug and whiff rate, makes sense. Deployment, contact quality, and swing and miss ability. 21 use, 499 X slug, 22 whiff. So the contact quality is very poor, not enough swing and misses. And then the cutter also 507 X slug, 12% whiff. I don't even know why he throws that pitch. It's an objectively bad pitch. The curve and the change have a better than 31 whiff, though when they miss, they get hit hard. He's faced Arizona 2 times. Home versus Arizona, went 5, gave up 5. Struck out 4, walked 1. And then one time in the desert, last time he faced him, he shut him down. Shut him down. Tim York, what's up, man? Shut him down, Gravy Spear, we're in the middle of it. So he shoved, that was one of those money starts, was against Arizona. Went 7, gave up none, struck out 7, walked 2. So Rangers Suarez has looked pretty good. I brought up all the props. 2.5 strikeouts. Jay, can you double check this for me? Again, I'm just, trying to really bring some actionable content as we get some new listeners and hopefully leave you guys wanting for more. You're commenting, you're tagging Rob Pizzola, telling people we want this show back. Okay, so it's 2.5 Ks, but it's like juiced to the absolute gills. I'm like squinting and scanning. Now you got to get to 4. See, it moved, man. I meant to hit that one a little bit earlier. Well, it's a little bit different here. I don't have it for 4. Hold on one second. I'm going to get it. I ran it for the current line, and it was at 2.5, and he had gone over 22 of 22 starts. Like, oh man, I can't wait to pump that one on the show. Of course, these lines are fluid, and it didn't stick. So, Suarez not really a strikeout guy. I generally wouldn't be going over the strikeouts for Suarez, but when the bar is that low, so he's actually hit the 4 strikeouts. Jay, this isn't bad either, dude. 19 of 22. Insight says Suarez is 3-0, 415 last 5 starts. Philly 6-1 in the last 7. Insight's always very good at this trend stuff. Again, they don't call this the restaurant where the chefs eat for nothing. I like to think we have a pretty strong gravitational pull. I love to see the camaraderie and the sum being greater than the parts, right? We get a real 1 + 1 = 3 effect around here. So I really do appreciate everybody that kind of sticks around and gets part of this. What I want to be like an immersive experience. No one cares about the game breakdown tomorrow. I don't expect it to. No one has ever done that, right? No one has ever gone back and looked at a game breakdown analytically, right? 2 days later. But that's why we want to keep you here every day and kind of leaving those, what we call feathers in the cap, those lessons that maybe you could use going forward. So that 14.5 outs, he's gone over 18 of 22. 1.5 walks, he's gone over 17 of 22. Each of the last 8, I think I like that one. I think I like the walk. When Jay, what we kind of notice in the playoffs? Pitchers will tend to get cute, right? Not want to challenge, they'll kind of nibble. I think that one might have been at even money. So if we can get Ranger Suarez over 1.5 walks, yeah, it's at even money. I got minus 102. Close enough. What's 2 cents among friends? Yeah, I like that one for sure. And let's push it forward. I wanted the cave stuff, but we can't. So you look at Arizona offense, second half versus lefties. I mean, pretty bad. Bottom 3 in home runs, bottom 5 in ISO, bottom 10 in BA, WOBA, and WRC+. Really kind of a rough go. We talked about Arizona. Second half, really, they were poor. And lefties and righties, they were poor. 300 expected WOBA versus lefties second half. Bottom 8, 300 expected WOBA is low. That implies let's call it like 4 runs, maybe a shade over 4, 315 being average, implying maybe 475, a little something for ya. Oh, yeah. Bottom 5 in homers, like I said. I mean, too many ground balls, 44 ground balls a team, sub 40 pull rate, sub 6% barrel rate as a team down the stretch. Now, the disciplinary stuff has been pretty good. 20K to 9% walk, 88 zone contact, 30 chase. So I know Suarez does give up contact, but again, with the nibbling, I think Diamondbacks, at least if they show that patience, I think we'll get to the 2 walks. Zooming in from September, I was looking at least 20, 30 plate appearances against lefties. It's been Ketel Marte, Alex Thomas, and Moreno, plus 900 OPS is kind of down the stretch in September. Gurriel is the real one to look for. So if you like anybody on Arizona, I'm not sure if I do, but it would be Gurriel. So down the stretch, he was excellent against lefties. I don't know if you go back long enough with the show, we used our triple slash when I was really focusing on total bases, batting average, right? Instead of the standard triple slash, which doesn't really do anything for us for betting. We're like actual degenerates, and we like to spend our time not only talking about this stuff, but making sure that it matters. We're not wasting our time, right? Batting average, OPS, ISO. Remember, isolated slugging is literally percentage of extra base hit rate. So Gurriel with the thickness on our triple slash, 393 batting average, 1148 OPS, 321 ISO, 50% hard hit, 13 barrel, 400 expected WOBA. I mean, I guess I like Gurriel. I get so torn up in these hitter props. Yeah, I guess I like that for a buck, man. Like, regardless, even if he shoves, we're going to get our, 2 or 3 spots, 2 or 3 shots at it. Again, we're the underdog. Should get that last frame. So I like Gurriel there. On the bump on the other side is Brandon Pfaadt. Went 2 2/3, gave up 3 in his first outing. Was looking really shaky. Struck out 4, walked 1, settled down after the early barrage. Then went 4 2/3, gave up none. Looked good against the Dodgers. Struck out 2, walked none. So not a lot of Ks here. The lefty-righty split, really, really rough. Usually we're doing a minimum, but I got a maximum for you. Actually, I do have a minimum, but it's a high minimum. So scratch that, reverse it. So this is a lefty-righty split for Brandon Pfaadt on the season. Both lefties and righties have a minimum 273 batting average, minimum 533 slug, minimum 855 OPS. And each side responsible for 11 home runs, always an issue. When you're giving up the long dong silver to both sides. 6.46 ERA at home. Again, really rough. And the time through the order penalty, really, really pronounced. And I think that's why we've seen the short outings. Again, he was sharp. They went short leash against the Dodgers, but still pulled the plug on the third time around. Check it out. First time through the order, a 2.82 ERA. Okay. Second time through the order, it nearly triples to 644, then that nearly doubles to 1115 the third time around. 18 games started, only 3 quality starts, only 2 money, 0 games with 10 Ks, gave up 2 home runs or more in 6 of 18. That's really rough. The four-seamer, not very good. Back to the triple slash, 45 use, 548 X-Lug, only 17 whiff. Way too much sink. 16 inches of sink for only 6 inches of horizontal movement. Not going to do it. Remember, minimal sink to keep the flatness. Together, we're going to throw that up in the zone. That fastball responsible for 13 home runs. I mean, this is what I don't get. Honestly, one of the first things I would do if I ever was, fortunate enough to be considered to help improve one of these godforsaken teams. You look at the numbers. I don't understand. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. To have that kind of expected slug, 548 on a featured pitch, it doesn't induce whiffs, but you're still throwing it 45% of the time. You bet your bottom dollar Phillies are going to be waiting on that one. The sweeper has been pretty good. That's what he's living on. 27 use, 320 X-Lug, 33 whiff. That's a money pitch. Change up, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. 596 X-Lug, so when he misses, it gets crushed, but it also has a 33 whiff. So there's the explanation for a lot of the contact qualities. Pushing his worst pitch too often. Anthony Graves, what's going on, man? Says, great content. Keep it up. Let's have a winning day. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Graves, man. Adam takes me back. I always think of Adam Graves. That's my boy. You know, I'm a New York City guy. I was really big on that Rangers run. I was like a little kid in junior high school. It was awesome. Anyway, I'm worried about Brandon Pfaadt. The K's at 3.5. He's gone over 13 of 18. I don't know if he's going to get there. 11.5 outs. He's gone 15 of 18. Man, you think we could get him? I'm really worried, but the bar is really low. Books have been tempting us with the low out props because of the quick hook all postseason, but I don't know if I have the cop. I'm just laying out the numbers there. And then he's gone over the 1.5 walks, 9 of 18 games. The out prop feels kind of strong, but I'm very cowardice right now. Dead scared of the Phillies offense. Why? Second half versus righties. More than 2,000 plate appearances. They're top 2 in the league in isolated slugging, top 5 in home runs, top 10 in OPS, WOBA, and WRC+. Schwarber and Turner, last 70 plate appearances down the stretch versus righties, minimum 290 BA, minimum 600 slug, minimum 1,000 OPS. And we want to look at that fastball, right? They're going to be sitting fastball. Harper, Schwarber, Turner, Casty, GTR, and Marsh have a plus 50% hard hit rate, double-digit barrel, and minimum 350 expected WOBA. I think Brandon Pfaadt in a lot of trouble. Yeah, our own Jaybird says we lost in the hook on the K's and the outs. Just said, yeah, rough. The books know, yeah, that's what they're doing, right? That's the reason, and we knew it. Although probably should have went with my gut. Probably should have followed my own process, which is, again, I'm very clear about this. Why my style of analysis, my style of play is much different in the playoffs. I'm extremely clear about that. Jay, what have we been doing all year? Give in, brother. Give in. Let me tell you something, brother. Give in, bro. Off the IL, we're going after pitchers. We do it all the time. It's like what we do. It's like the thing that we do. Doesn't matter who it is. It's what we do, bro. You know, when I let the Max play off one eyeball blue kind of thing, getting away and bit us in the arse. The first thing I said, we should be attacking Max. If any of these games are going over, it was that one. And we even mentioned the Jung crushing fastballs, and like I just wasn't. I got off myself. But these things happen again. Minimal games, so you end up not say forcing yourself into spots, but there's only so many options. Like that's fair. So I'm worried about Pfaadt. What's the earned runs? That's the one I meant to bring up, and that's the only one that I don't have here. Oh, earned runs. Brandon Pfaadt, dude, 1.5 runs. It's juiced up. Let's do that. I don't think he gets out of here clean. We'll pay the juice for 1.5 earned runs. That's what I like. I mean, this feels like one of those hopes we're getting in the first inning, my man. Again, where he's not going to be going distance, but it's weird. Those two things kind of feed off each other. Right, it's the trouble that's going to get him pulled, and this is a home run situation. So, right, that's what we're looking for. Anyway, I think that one's easy enough. All right, so we got a couple plays on that first game. But first, before we hop into the second one, a quick word from betstamp.app.
For sure, John, I got you here. Guys, you know the drill. You know how it goes. We feel the easiest way to improve as a sports bettor is to always use multiple sports books and always get the best odds. We find the easiest way to do that is by downloading the BetStamp app. BetStamp is an odds comparison tool. It simply compares odds across every single sports book that you have, including games, player props, and futures. Save time, save money. Download the app today. And if you're looking to sign up for more sports books, make sure you head over to betstamp.app/call to the pen. If you sign up through that page, it helps support the show. Now back to John.
Almost looked like we knew what we were doing on that one, my man. And came in hot without the mute button. Whoa! Only took me to October. You know, hey, listen, sometimes I'm a slow learner like all of us, but if it sticks, it sticks, you know. Good lessons, hopefully, all the way through that, man. Jay, how do you deal with me every day, man? You must. Rob should have told you to buy stock in, Motrin before the season started, my dude. All right. Tim, you have a pretty sharp question before we move on. That is a sharp question. Again, one of the things we speak about on the show is the reason why we do this analysis is to highlight, verbalize these things, help us understand them a little bit better. Sometimes verbalizing. So, Tim York, I said for F5 over 4.5, I'm going to be honest, I'm worried about I'm worried about the Arizona side scoring, frankly. And now that I think about it, maybe I would like first 5 Phillies team total. Again, I'm not even sure if these things are like available. Oh, total runs first 5. No, I got. Yeah, I don't know. I did. Oh wait, team to hold on. I have it already. I know this is all for radio, but I did want so Arizona listed 2.5. They're both listed at 2.5. Okay, I prefer the fought 2 runs rather than needing 3. So yeah, I would stick with that. You're definitely sharp, but right, you can see where again I'm not really opposed to that, but I just like the low bar, and I think I'd rather 2 from Fott who are expecting 2 times through the order, right? Than needing a third, because that would suck to get 2 off him, have him get yoked, and not get across the bar. While Suarez is good against the Diamondbacks who have struggled against lefties. So again, I don't know the answer. You know that, man. I don't try and predict the future, but we just try and lay out the numbers and put ourselves in the strongest probabilistic kind of scenario. So a couple of pitching props there, and a team total enough for that. Let's move it on. Second game. Houston Astros plus 105. Road Dogs. Jose Urquidy on the mound against those Walker, Texas Rangers. Minus 120 favorites for whatever reason. Andrew Haney. Wow. Is this playoff game actually listed at 10? Right off the bat, I'm thinking 10. It's at 9.5. All right, so I'm kind of keeping this one in my pocket. Insight says Urquidy 2-0, 154 the last 2 starts. Yeah, I know. He's been sharp. All these Houston guys, the playoffs, man. The analysis not going to bring us there. He went 5 2/3, gave up 2, struck out 6, walked 1 in the playoffs. First start, that was versus Minnesota. He pitched the game of his life, Jose Urquidy. Game of his life. And he went, he gave up 2 through 5 2/3. Check this out. I couldn't believe this. I don't normally quote this, but again, analysis changes with playoff views and stuff. So this is whiff rate per pitch in that game. What? 4-seamer, 47. Changeup, 44. Curveball, 33. Sweeper, 75. What? Wait, what? I mean, again, it's really hard for you to buy that we're going to get that again, and it's a very similar matchup. The Twins hit righties, the Twins hit fastballs, very similar to Texas. We spoke about the Twin and Texas connection kind of all year. I can't buy that kind of production again from Urquidy. Year to date, that 4-seamer comes in at 93 miles an hour, 38 use, 590 X slug, only 19% whiff, 8 home runs. Remember, he didn't give you a full season. Changeup and the sweeper do have the minimum 35% whiff. So he outperformed on his best pitches and just went bananas with the 4-seamer. Again, I don't know if I'm really buying it. 10 games started. 2 quality starts, 0 money starts, 0 double-digit outings as far as strikeouts goes. He did not pitch against Texas. Man, I don't know if I could get there. Insight, 5-0, 282 in 7 starts versus Texas. I saw that. But this Texas offense is not the same. That's the thing. Oh yeah, Urquidy, we got you, Insight. Really, out there, we appreciate you dropping dimes up in the comment section. Make sure you're following all the people that contribute here on Twitter X. Good for the goose, good for the gander. I like to be the rising tide to lift all ships. There's people out there that get ahead by pulling people and like pushing off of people. That's just whatever. That's not how I do it. I'm going to hold the door. You know what I mean? I'm going to get to the end if I need to. If I got to do it the way that I don't want to do it, it's probably not worth getting done. I like to be fulfilled in my work. If you couldn't tell, the show absolutely freaking reeks of effort. All right, so props on the Urquidy side. I don't know if I like any of this stuff. Although, maybe one. Check the outs, Jay. So, over 2.5 strikeouts, 6 of 10. 11.5 outs is 8 of 10. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of compliment this is. But this even plays into Insight's thing. And I think it even plays into some of my worries, right? Like, even if I think he gives up 2 runs or gives up a home run, we're only talking about 4 innings. These bars are set so low. Now, I know he has games on the ledger that he didn't go for, but remember, he didn't start. Or I'm actually looking now when I see one game started, he didn't make it. He got shelled. So did I misquote that? No. That's right. 8 of 10. 8 of 10. Man, so 8 of 10 to get you 4 outs, and that one's kind of listed. It's juiced 155. Man, are you feeling it? Well, let's go to the Texas side and see. Because I prefer pitching props to hitting props in the playoffs, right? We're not expecting the offense. You don't always get the times through the order, and those plate appearances is what this is all about. So, Texas offense kills right-handed pitching. They kill it. We were on this all year. Top 3 against righty second half in homers and ISO. Top 10 in BA and OPS. Simeon, Seager, Adolis, and Evan Carter plus 900 OPS down the stretch. 8 players, last I checked, there's only 9 guys in the lineup. They had 8 players with a plus 108 WRC plus in the second half with plate appearances, right? Instead of the minimums. Just ridiculous. And they kill 4-seamers, just kill 4-seamers. So if Arcady is planning on throwing the 4-seamer half the time, you got to think he's in trouble. Again, that same kind of list. This is, again, why it worked, why it overlapped, and why when you're facing the Rangers when they're, in that top part of the sine wave on offense, you're in a lot of trouble, man. This is what it is on the year. Adolis, Garver, Seager, Jung, Simeon, and Leody Taveras, double-digit barrel plus 360 expected WOBA against fastballs. Hammering the fastball. This is what they do, and he's going to try and feed it to him again. It's going to come down to those, secondary pitches, like I said. The thing with Arcidi is the changeup gets hit really hard when he misses. So he's really just down to the sweeper. How much is he going to throw it? Can he induce a 75% whiff rate? Can Texas lay off it? I have a feeling that's going to be the game plan. Do we know for a fact? No, we don't know for a fact. But we have seen Texas's disciplinary metrics kind of materialize in the stats, at least in the second half. Top 3 in walk rate, 10.5. Walk rate, 10.5 swing and strike, sub 29% chase, 86 zone contact. It's a very strong disciplinary basket with a 23% K rate, considering all the power metrics are very strong. This Texas team is extremely disciplined. I think Arcidi is in a lot of trouble today. So I think I just like all the Texas stuff. Let's do the flip side. I don't like Haney either. Maybe we got to get the over. Maybe this is just all about overs and earn run totals. Hold on, I have those handy. Arcidi's at 2.5. He's got to give up 3 now. That one was at 1.5 earlier, too, which kind of stinks. I don't know if I want the 3. All right, let's go on to the second half, Jay. I'm starting to lean towards the over on this one again. I know we just had it, and people always call for this, regression, immediate one great game regression in the playoffs. I don't necessarily buy that. More of I like to look at these things as independent events. Especially when we're talking one game stuff. We don't have the larger sample of playoff games to refer to. So you give me Arcidi versus Texas. I have, Texas F5 team total, I would think. I have Arcidi with the earned runs. Those are probably the same, which is actually funny. I might have just stumbled onto something sharp, or at least something to think about. So Arcidi's runs is over 2.5. Now, granted, he could go beyond 5, though that's not really his game. I think they'd be happy with 5. The team total is probably 2.5, but I bet you that the price is probably worse. Texas Rangers' first 5 team total is 2.5, but it's minus 110. For the little bit, right? If you like that one, I'd probably go with the Arcidi earned runs, which actually makes more sense now that I think about it. I thought I was talking myself not into a contradiction, but where I had to explain away some math, where that actually just makes more sense. Because he could go beyond 5 when you could get paid. He could also leave runners on in the 6th. Jay, let's get that one, man. Now that I think about it, let's get that one. I like that one. Right, we may have to get it by the skin of our teeth, but that's what this is. The price is in play. We're not getting juiced out of our guts for it. So I'm into that. Like I said, I like that. I like the benefit of it. If he's out early, we probably got our 3. And listen, if he's good through 5 and they have 5 totals in cash, at least we get a chance at a back door where he could, maybe give up a solo shot or walk a couple guys before he gets yanked. And we have like I said, a way to backdoor the way out. Let's get into it, into the other side. So it's Andrew Heaney on the bump. He went once this playoff season, went 3 2/3, gave up 1, struck out 1, and walked 1. Again, you've seen the hook, right? They know what Heaney is. Andrew Heaney on the season, 4.15 ERA, 1.38 WHIP, 771 OPS. I tend to maybe I'm being rough on a guy. I tend to think it masks a much worse pitcher. Expected ERA in Sierra at least at 4.4, worse, but again, not much worse off the ERA, but worse. 23.5 K to 9.5 walking, and we expect a little more strikeouts for the amount of walk. Ball rate north of 37. He has gotten ahead of hitters, but then the rest of it has been pretty bad. Again, that combination of bad math, if you go back to the Cork stats days, what I mean is, what do you get when you add 42% fly ball with 10% barrel and 6% blast? Well, he got you to a 1-4 home run, homer 9. I ain't buying that. I'm not buying that. 42 fly ball, 10% barrel. He's lucky that isn't close to 2. And he's really struggled against righties. Have crushed him. Hit a ton of home runs. We just know that's part of Heaney's game. 28 games started, 7 quality starts, only 1 money start, 10 strikeouts twice. The 4-seamer is not any good. It's another case in point. 4.25 expected slug, which is not gross. 25 whiff, which is not gross. But the 58% whiff rate allows hitters to sit on him. The changeup, again, more Jekyll and Hyde. Not enough whiff for the 5.18 expected slug. And then the slider is the money pitch, right? Heaney's got to survive on the slider. You kind of know immediately what you're going to get from him. If he hangs a slider, he's in trouble because there's nothing else to go to, right? We generally like to refer to pitchers that have arsenal depth, in particular with well-performing pitchers, because if something doesn't work, there's another pathway where Heaney got what he got. You get what we tell my kids, yo. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. That's what you get. And it is what it is. So similar to that first game, they got 3 2/3. It was clean. They only gave up 1. They said, whoa, basta. That's enough in Italiano. Enough. And they pulled them. Okay, so check it out, man. 4 games against Houston this season. 2.75 ERA, but a 1.3 whip, 6.19 OPS, pretty strong. The K rate dipped to 19, the walk rate bounced up to 13. So there's that kind of cuteness and trying to nibble, right? You hear that on broadcast all the time. At Houston, went 5, gave up none, struck out 4, walked 3. At home, went 5, gave up none, struck out 8, walked 1. That's a good start. On the road, went 5, gave up 3, struck out 3, walked 3, not great. Then the last one again, went 4 2/3, gave up 3, struck out 1, walked 4. Not very good. The back end starts are really kind of what I expect more from Heaney. Jay, before I lose the lead, I kept throwing all these props to you. I should have been doing it one at a time. I have them listed for myself. Bring up the walk prop for a Heaney. The total is not great. Meaning he's only gone over the 1.5, 11 of 28. But I think this is one of those spots because I think the matchup says it. Jim Pine says, hate to say I told you so on Scherzer, but here we are. Indeed we are. Indeed we are. Luckily for me, right, there isn't a clip of me saying, oh, what a dirt. Right? The first thing we said is, sharp people like you being up against me worries me. Okay? I'm very clear about this stuff. And man, I'm Jamie. I don't know if you just hopped on. I just really quickly. I already kind of took an L on that when we broke the game down before, and that we have been attacking pitchers off the IL with success the entire season. It's one of my things to do in baseball. It's like a thing that I am known for. And we didn't do it because he has one blue eye. And now I feel stupid and you have more money in your pocket than I do. And I'm happy for you because we're good friends. All right, there we go. Back to Heaney. This one, I think if you would have told me this, like before the playoffs started, before the year started, I would have never believed you. MLB Dream in the house. Best baseball betting show in the business. Say that 4 times fast. Yo, Dream, we mention you like a few times a week, my dude. We really do. If you're not following Dream, at MLB Dream, all on Twitter, X, whatever the stupid thing is called, the Blackbird app now. Follow my dude. He's rocking and rolling. In fact, he's doing free stuff all the time. Super sharp. I mean, Like one of the real ones out there. Okay, so if you would have told me coming into the season, we could get a lick at Andrew Heaney over 1.5 walks against the Houston Astros for plus money, I'd say C. Yes. Duh. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. So we gotta hit the walk prop for Heaney. I mean, again, the 13% walk rate against the Astros this year, the double-digit walk rate in the playoffs. This guy's just not generally known to be, like a control maven. I'm surprised he cleaned it up a bit. But again, I'm just not buying it. You hear Heaney, you're getting walks, and you're getting home runs. So that's what I'm expecting. Let's look at the Houston offense. Again, they closed out really strong. They hit lefties very strong. Houston's just one of the better balanced offenses in the league. 343 team WOBA versus lefty second half. 367 expected WOBA. I mean, legit, the Astros are so good. Because their lefties are great hitters, they hit lefties also. So you're F in the A. Jordan Alvarez destroys left-handed pitching. He destroys left-handed pitching. And I think it's funny enough, I think Heaney's got a rough lefty split, which is not usually the case. He does. Heaney's allowed a 276 batting average, 806 OPS, has walked 17% of lefties this year. Again, that's got to be, in these big critical spots, those got to be the outs that you're going to get, because Houston's stacked with lefty mashers as it is, again, versus Heaney 2023. So I laid out the stats. I want to dive in why. I think we got to go with the team total on the Astro side, the game over, and all this stuff. Check it out. Kyle Tucker had 10 plate appearances against Heaney this year to a 0 batting average. 0 batting average. However, but, like big shaking butt, like, garden hose and the bouncing cars, like those kind of, like the big butts. 90% contact, 20% barrel, 550 expected WOBA against him. Tucker had awful luck. I don't know if you're going to catch that stat anywhere else today. Next up, Jose Abreu in the 80 appearances against him. 125 batting average. Wow, man, Heaney kind of, did well in the middle of the order. Well. 94% contact, 38% barrel, 485 expected WOBA. And then you had Jordan Alvarez, Bregman, Pena, and McCormick all produced with a plus 1,000 OPS. It was just separated. Heaney kind of off the hook. He really pulled the Houdini act a few times in those games, and I think he's in trouble. The K prop is at 3.5. He's cleared that 20 of 28. The out prop is at 11.5. He's cleared that 17 of 28. The walk prop is at 1.5, 11 of 28. I like that better than the numbers may suggest. And then over, if it's still 1.5 earned runs, we like that also. Let's hit that, Mr. Cooper. If the Heaney earned run prop is still at 1.5, and it's anything viable, let's call it minus 155 or better. And of course, it's not. It's 185. Oh, Jay, should we pay? Hold on. Yeah, yes. Again, we want to pay it for the same exact reason as before. The team total F5 is a run higher. Granted, the price is a little bit better, but we could get, smoked on the F5, but still get Heaney if he comes out in the 6th. So you're looking at, I'm sorry, I lost you. You're at, I'm not sure. Oh, team total. Yeah, okay, 2.5 plus money. No, I'd rather, first time I ever heard this, I'd rather pay the juice on the 2 earned runs from Heaney. Because again, this is like a home run centered play. We're looking for it at once. So that's one place where, man, again, I've not been kidnapped. Let me be very, very clear. Although we were pushing up against it, man. Minus 200. I may have been kidnapped if I recommended it. That'll do it, everybody. Oh my goodness. Jay, bring up today's bets. What a wild show this is. Where else did we get this? That was telescope to microscope, playoff history and Arsenal dissection and pitch shape and deployment with splits and oh my gosh. And maybe learn something. And had a laugh or two. What could be better than that? If you did, please rate, review, and subscribe, because that shit matters more than it should. Orders of magnitude more than it should. Jay Bird doing his thing, sauntered through the play. So for you video people, I should say you audio people that want to see the clip stop, you follow us up at BetStamp or you hop over to YouTube, scan to the end, make sure you press the cartoon finger on your way out the door. That will do it. Enjoy the 2 games, multiple games. Enjoy your day when we're done with the book. Enjoy that pay. Tyler C., you the man. Thank you so much. We will catch you all tomorrow. Thank you for picking up what we're putting down. And remember, when you work this hard, it feels a lot less like luck, yo. Peace.